Hi, I'm Arwen Bicknell. I am the author of Justice and Vengeance, Scandal, Honor, and Murder in 1872 Virginia, published earlier this year by Open Books. It's about a murder trial set, as you might guess, in 1872 Virginia, and this weekend I went back in time to 1872, but I went halfway across the country to St. Louis, to the Ulysses Grant National Historic Site, where they were having a living history weekend focused on the 1872 election, which also plays a small role in my book. The election was between Ulysses Grant and Horace Greeley, and to a lesser extent Victoria Woodhull, who was the first female presidential candidate. She didn't really get on the ballot in very many places. She didn't even get to vote. She couldn't even try to vote because she was actually in jail that day, which you'll learn more about if you read my book. She did go to the living history event, however, and so did Greeley. Grant wasn't there, even though it's his site, because the office of the presidency was considered too dignified to be besmirched by something as gross as campaigning. But there were a lot of people there speaking for him, and I got some of them on video. I didn't get everyone because we have to keep this kind of short, but if you go and click on the link listed below, you can see a lot more of what went on this weekend. Thanks a lot! We're in St. Louis at the Ulysses Grant National Historic Site. This is White Haven Farm, where his wife really owned it, but he lived here for a couple years anyway. And we are here for a number of events. This is the Living History Weekend. It is the 1872 election. There aren't a lot of opportunities to have a living history of 1872, so that's why I'm here.
My countrymen, at the close of the War of the Rebellion in 1865, I remember marching through the streets of Washington. I remember reading a motto hung upon a banner on our nation's capital, and that motto read as follows: "There is but one debt this country can never repay, and that is the debt of gratitude owed to the soldiers who saved the Union." Little did I think at that time that 7 years later I would hear such a vicious verbal assault put upon the man who led those armies to victory. Has that debt of gratitude been forgotten?
This is the table for Grant. I think you can see why he won. He had the most support. He had the most money. He had the best machine. He was also kind of corrupt, or at least his administration was.
Right. And now the questions of duty are presented to the Republican Party. Do the president's actions merit the sanction of the party? Do Republicans recognize our ambitious Caesar as its proper representative? Can we accept the fearful responsibility of his prolonged empire? I put these questions solemnly as a member of the Republican Party.
You have heard me, or heard me of me, saying to the young men of our country, go west and grow up with the country. Well, I am going to change that today. Do not go west. Stay right here and continue to entertain us and to stimulate us with your beautiful music. Thank you.
Horace Greeley.
Greeley was really a flip-flopper. So those were your choices in 1872. There's a certain amount of similarity with the election this year, but, you know, the only thing that really proves is that everything old is new again.